your presence this afternoon, and thank you for being here. As I'm sitting back there watching what played out, you know, it's life. And so like what Selena had mentioned, health is really number one. As you witness, as we witness what took place the last 4 years, it's really, I really believe that we come to a point of waking up to all the paradigms and all the conditioning we've been told. And so I've been an entrepreneur, as you saw in the video, for 31 years. The reason why I want to come out at age 59 to lead a project is I believe we're living in times of great change. That we together collectively needed to be the beacon of light. That humanity right now needs more than ever is hope, is a solution. And it's a different way of looking at life, a different way of doing things. And so I am really grateful that I have a group of entrepreneurs that, you know, willing and to chose to be a part of this project. That this project is unlike anything ever have been done in this space. That I have a group of over 40 people who has made millions in this industry. They have decided to say, you know what, I want to be a part of this project. And when they all chose to become of this project, at that time, like Patrick had mentioned, they didn't know the name of the company, they didn't know the product, they didn't know the compensation plan. So we were known back then was the 3 no's. And who would have thought that the company name is called 3? And it's the 3 yeses. The yes of things is very important to us as humanity. Number 1, to me, what 3 means is number 1, physical wellness. Number 2, financial wellness. And number 3, which is the most important part of all, is spiritual wellness. I think in this world, that perhaps you have seen people that have amassed financial wealth. But many people I've known, I've seen, that they might have financial wealth, but they're spiritually broke. And so I think it's coming to a time and space that right now we all should evaluate and look at where we are in life. And so what I'd like to do today, this afternoon, is a Super Saturday, we call it. It's interesting for me to observe. This is my second, I think this is my 10th or 11th day away from home. Almost 2 weeks away from home. And as I travel different parts of the world, the timing of doing business these days are very different than 10, 15 years ago. And more than ever, I think there's a stillness in people. Even though the outside landscape has changed, but there's something that awaits us to awaken, you know, beyond money, beyond business. And so what I'd like to do at this moment is I have built a PowerPoint for this talk because I think it's very important for you to really evaluate. Forget about the business model for a second. Just let's all of us authentically, open our heart and evaluate however many years you have lived. I have lived 59 years on planet Earth. But I wanted you to kind of evaluate where you are. And so allow me to show you a PowerPoint presentation. Thank you, Tina. So allow me to show you the PowerPoint presentation we prepared for you. And from there, we're going to talk about how to build a big legacy and how to be a part of this entrepreneurial movement. So with that, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we were taught about money. Okay, is that okay if we talk about that? How we were taught. And this, I want you to, as you listen to this, I want you to really evaluate this thing called wealth. And why is this? Oftentimes, have you ever looked back and said, you know what? It seems like the wealthy people are the luckiest people, or they're luckier than other people. Have you ever thought about that? What I'm going to do today is I had the blessing of spending 31 years in this journey. I went from a broke entrepreneur, educated but broke entrepreneur, to have had the blessing to go on entrepreneurship and have built a $14 billion brand with a group of friends. 14 billion with a B, okay? How many of you can say, you know, I actually have been in the presence with somebody that actually built a multi-billion dollar company? If you haven't today, you have. Because there's a group of us that have done and built a multi-billion dollar company. It's one thing when you're able to build a $1 million company or multi-million. But when you have the blessing and the opportunity to build a multi-billion dollar company, that's very rare in a lifetime. But you know what's even more rare? Is that to have the opportunity to do it the second time around. That's what this project is all about. And I could tell you, a lot of people who have made a lot of money, they go, you know what, I made a lot of money, I'm going to retire. I've been very blessed, I've made a lot of money, but it's just how the universe works. At the time that we're living in right now, I felt called to come back out and do it one more time. Because humanity needs hope, and I was praying a line of product to mitigate some of the damage that took place the last couple of years. And so, the last course of 31 years, I learned a little bit about money. After I have the blessing of making millions of dollars, that I gained a little wisdom about money. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share, to kind of reveal the wisdom and the little secrets about money. So with that, this is one of the most age-old saying. I don't care if you speak like Hokkien, Chinese, English. The age-old saying is what? Time is what? Money. 時間係咩啊？金錢, right? So this is like, I remember growing up, mom always tell me that 時間係金錢. Most of the 時間, right? Or my grandmother, 時間係金錢. This is the age-old saying. Well, have we ever really slowed down and think about why is that? So let's kind of explore how money I made in the past. And I want you to look at this. Wherever you are, you're sitting here today, okay? There's really 3 ways of making money, okay? In a major part. First way is working a job. By show of hands, how many of you work a job? Show of hands. So when you work a job, we're trading time for what? Money. If you stop working, what happens to your money?
No money.
Stops. So in the job scenario, what is the 2 elements that's required on your job to make money? It's what? Time and effort. So to make money at your job, you need to show up, your hour, right, your time, and you're going to put in effort, right? All right, so that's to make a job. Now, some people maybe through inheritance or maybe they save enough money, as most Asians, when you save money, they say, I want to become my own boss. What do people do when they have a little money? They dream a little bigger, they want to do better, so what do? They will start their own business, right? So when you start your own business, what are the key elements that's required? Capital. So you have to invest what? Money. And then do you have to work? You have to invest time. And then what? Efforts. So to make money in the business, in your own business, 3 elements are required, right? What is that? Time, money, and what else? Efforts, right? So to make money, there's 3 elements. Now, some people, when they save a lot of money, or when they have made a lot of money, or make enough money that they don't need to put back in the business, then they encounter the 3rd way of making money, is that let money work for them through investments. So either you invest yourself, or when you have a lot of money, you will hire professionals to help you invest money. True or not true? So then your money, you will have money working for you. So in that scenario, in the investment category, what do you need to make money? Money. Money makes money, right? So let's take a look at the 3 ways of how this age-old formula, the 3 ways of making money: a job, a business, or having someone to invest your money. What is the common thread? What is the commonality among these 3 models? It's not a trick question, it's highlighted in green for you. So the 3 elements that's required to make money. I told you, there's going to be a little wisdom, a little experience about money. The wealth secret reviewed, okay? So the 3 critical elements to make money are what? Time, money, and efforts. Now, would you not agree with me? And doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter how successful, how tall, how handsome, how beautiful, whatever. We all have these 3 elements. That's what? Limited, right? Because even though you are superhuman, what is the maximum number of hours you can work a day? 24. Even if you don't sleep, well, you won't last long if you work 24 hours a day every day. So that 3 elements is a limited. Absolutely. But that's what we were taught. These 3 common threads is what we use to create wealth. I really want you to think about wherever you are financially. No right or wrong, no judgment. Just look at where you are financially.
Why are you where you are? Maybe perhaps a paradigm we were taught. My husband is a medical doctor in America. So he has his own medical practice. So in his medical practice, he's limited to the number of hours he can work, and also he's geographically bound. He works in Southern California. His practice is serving Southern California. So no matter how much money he makes doing the office hour at the medical practice is limited. Well, what if there's business model, if you were to dream of something, if the genie comes over, if there's a way for you to magnify, to truly create wealth, what if you could multiply the number of hours available to you, your time? What if you can leverage and multiply the efforts that you have in your business or in your job? And what if you have the opportunity to leverage money? What do I mean by that? Think about this. In Malaysia, do you guys have financing? When you buy a car or when you buy a house, do most people pay cash or they finance? Finance. When you finance, what are you doing? You're leveraging the bank's money to purchase a home. That's called leverage, right? You also, in return, you pay the bank the interest. Well, that's leveraging money. Well, what have you ever thought if there's a business platform whereby you can leverage people's time, money, and efforts? That's how wealth are created. That's what I've gained the last 31 years. It's just like I don't know in Malaysia, you guys know this, do you know who's the first documented billionaire in America? Anybody want to take a guess? The first documented billionaire. His name is Mr. J. Paul Getty. There's a J. Paul Getty Museum in Southern California, in Malibu. And he said in his book, he said it the best. And I've learned this 31 years ago when I first started in this industry. And he has said that, you know what? He rather have 1% efforts from 100 different individuals than 100% effort from himself. What he's talking about is leverage. So what if there's a business platform that allows you to help yourself, you can help other people, at the same time, your product and services are of benefit, you are contributing benefits to mankind. How many of you like that? If truly there is a business platform that you can help yourself, okay? Whatever that might be, physical health, building financial freedom, okay? And in the journey of working it, you gain spiritual wellness. In the whole process of it, by doing so, you're also helping other people. And the product and services is of contribution, of benefits to mankind. How many of you would want a platform like that? Okay, now let's take a look at what kind of paradigm shift that would be. Most traditional, I want you to think about this. Most traditional business, I don't care if you own a hotel, or you own a cafe, or you own a massage, a spa. What's the business model and the traditional business model? What's the commonality? It's B2C, right? A business going out there and getting what? Customers. If you were to go to any business school, either in the Harvard Business School or any of the well-known business school, most business people go, how do I go out there and increase my what? Customer base? How do I go increase my market share? If you're a business, do we have any business owner in the audience? Only people that owns a traditional business? Okay, 1, okay, 2, okay. So, 3, okay, all right. Now, if you're a traditional business, I don't care what kind of business you're in, most businesses have 2 main objectives. 1, getting more customers, right? 2, increase your bottom line profit. Most businesses, if you don't make money in the business, you won't be in the business, right? So, this is the age-old thing, is that most businesses, even business school, are looking for ways, how do we go from B to C and getting a lot of C? Well, we have the business model that disrupts that. How do we get the most C? I don't care what business. How do you get most C? What if there is a business platform that will empower the C, the customers, to become a B? If you are able now in a traditional business, let's say you own a cafe, that's one business, right? 1B, right? 1B. So you will have a lot of C's, right? Hopefully you have a lot of customers. Well, so how do you go about turning the customers to more customer? Is by empowering your C's to become a B. Then the B will go get more B, will go get more B, will go get more C, and more C, and more C. So by just shifting the focus, instead of just getting more customers, is empower individuals to become entrepreneurs. Then they can go get business, or they can go get customers. That is the model that I'm going to share with you. Well, actually, it's shown to you by beautiful Selena. Okay, now, so that's number one. Number two, what if there's a business model that will allow an entrepreneur to leverage a system with minimal investments that they can actually start their own business? Let's think about this for yourself. Have you ever thought about starting a business? What prevents most entrepreneurs starting a business is what? Two things. One is what? Capital, money. Second thing is what? Know-how. I remember 31 years ago, well, this is now 32 years ago, when I got downsized from corporate America. So I was traveling around, I went to Asia, came back to Asia after many years being in America. So I love tea. So I thought, well, I'm going to come to Asia. I go to Vietnam, I go to different parts, and I want to learn about tea, so I want to start my own business. So as I wanted to do that, then I went to look for source for tea, and then the packaging, and then I wanted to talk to manufacturing. I realized, oh my gosh, if I don't have $25,000 to $50,000, forget about starting a business. So that kind of derailed me become an entrepreneur at that time for that business model. Well, what if there's a platform that you could leverage? You can leverage the resources and having someone else doing the heavy lifting. The reason I share all that with you so that you have the right perception of what it is we're doing. Because times have changed. Whatever labeling people have of this platform is completely different. So I want to make sure I've done that part for you. Okay. Now the third part is that you can become a part of this called sharing economy. What does sharing economy mean? That you have the ability by sharing it with other people, you can build a business. So we will have a three-win. The customer wins, the entrepreneur wins, and the platform, which is a provider, wins. So let me kind of explain to you what that is. A platform. What is a platform? If you and I were to start our own business, we would have to go make sure we hire people to do research and development, management, administrative, accounting, HR, human resources. Those are the heavy liftings. I know there are several business owners